12 years old. I attend Buffalo Middle School, I play for varsity volleyball, and I run track. My education is very important to me, and I plan on doing great things in life. If a man decides that I'm an object and does unspeakable and tragic things to me, am I a child supposed to carry and birth another child? Am I to put my body through the physical trauma of pregnancy? Am I to suffer the mental implications? A child who had no say in what was being done with my body. Some here say they are pro-life. What about my life? And does my life not matter to you?
The ladies have it.
Okay, everyone. Hi. This is me, Jennifer McCray, J Shrink, your everyday shrink on Everyday Matters and Psychological and Current Affairs. What you just heard and saw was the voice of a 12-year-old girl known as Addison Gardner. She was brave enough to go up before the West Virginia House of Republican delegates to speak about abortion and plead her case that they ruled that all abortions, regardless of incest or rape, would be, you couldn't do. So she wanted to put a face. Addison put a face. She's a young 12-year-old girl. She's active. She said she played ball, and she did athletics, and she wanted to better her life. But what would happen to her, she said, if sometime maybe that incestuous uncle or someone close or a stranger would rape her at that age, what would happen? She, according to the West Virginia state law, she would have to carry the baby regardless. And she was brave enough to talk about, the 12-year-olds, they're just undergoing puberty. Their bodies are really not physiologically ready to give birth to a full-term baby. Most of them who do, they usually have preemies or stillbirths or miscarriages. But I can digress. But she said, and technically, the baby itself, after it becomes a zygote, when the egg enters then the sperm enters the egg, and then matures into a zygote. Embryo. The Republicans and the other Democrats pro-life consider that a life, even though it's like a tick on a dog. It needs the baby needs the mother's nourishment. The embryo needs the nourishment from the mother in order to to live. And the fetus, that's a different matter. Now, a fetus, if it's in close to its, I would say at the end of its second and on, no, there should not be an abortion. That even though it's still a parasite and considered, it's not considered living, abortion wouldn't be good at that age for the health of the mother as well as the baby. And Addison speaks of the health of the mother. These people say they're pro-life, but they don't believe in saving the mother. That is, say Addison has something, some type of ectopic pregnancy, a pregnancy where it's outside of the fallopian tubes or the egg. She would be forced to carry that baby even though it would endanger her life. Okay? So, and behind her, that older lady, she is she's the first advocate. Her name is Rita Ray, and she's 80 years old. She risked her life before Roe versus Wade to a healthcare provider who wasn't trained, and she got an illegal abortion. So that's the woman that's sitting down beside her. Okay, it also said that because of Addison's speech, the abortion rights advocates in the House, they passed the bill overwhelmingly on a vote of 69 to 23. But after her speech, directly after, the House members adopted an amendment that would allow abortion in cases of rape or incest. So her getting up there, telling her story from her viewpoint of being the three of the most tragic cases, the most horrific cases, A being the child, B being a victim of incest, C being a victim of rape, that made them change the law. Okay. So, but they said that unlike other states, West Virginia have the trigger ban. Trigger ban within the trigger ban. It bans it bans abortions within 30 days of Roe being overturned, and it's a 150-year-old pre-Roe abortion ban that will come back into effect in the absence of Roe. But they said earlier that week a judge named Tara Salongo blocked the enforcement of the abortion ban and granted the Women's Right Health Center in West Virginia, the state's only clinic, to continue to perform the abortion procedure. And the judge said she did that because of the legacy of the horrific legacy of carrying around a child that's raped or was forced into incest. Okay, and West Virginia's Attorney General viewed it as a dark week and a dark day for West Virginia. Yeah. I also wanted to say, what are they gonna do if these girls? Okay, I've noticed. I have been in mental health field for a while. I've noticed ever since Roe versus Wade has been coming up and been leaked. Before it's been leaked, I've been on the job search on the job search apps, and on those apps I see every time Roe versus Wade they need a counselor. They are trying to prepare a counselor for in case the girls go through some type of trauma or post-traumatic stress syndrome. So that seemed odd to me because all of a sudden there weren't many counselors. But now since Roe versus Wade, they're looking for mental health counselors. Now, if she can't afford to go out of state to have the baby, how is she going to be able to afford to have with the federal? This is the hypocrisy. Will the federal government pay for her to have the counseling when she talks about the disgust, the tragedy, just the horror of carrying somebody's baby that she doesn't want. Okay, so, or will the state just take them into the foster care system? Because these people who say that they want to have a baby, the babies want these women and girls to have these babies. They want them to live, but they don't want to take care of them. Because some of them are minorities, and they know they don't want to take care of them. And they're only doing this because back in when I was a young girl, around 12 or so, Gloria Steinem, the feminist, she said a long time ago about Roe versus Wade. She talked about, that's when it was already passed, how they were trying to get rid of, trying to get white women to have more babies because more white women have abortions than black women. Because black girls that I know, I've been around and I've seen, and anecdotally, statistically, more white girls or white women have abortions than black girls or women. So that's what Gloria Steinem, she predicted that not back in 1975 that they were going to do that. And surely enough, if you look, if you think hard enough, and that all those mass shootings, that one, I can't even think of what his name was, but he said that he's going to kill all the minority and black people because they're going to, because the white women are not having more babies. White, kind of like the Hitler thing when they encourage women to have more babies. So yeah, one of those mass shooters said that. Yeah, that's what he said. And on top of that, birth control became an issue when Justice Uncle Tom Thomas said that he was thinking about getting the other justices to get rid of contraceptives. Now, that's everything. You know, contraceptives could be pills, morning after, the regular birth control pills, the Norplans, the IUDs, the I forgot the one, the ones that they give you the shot, Depo-Provera. They don't have that anymore, but the Depo-Provera like shots, and also, I mean, it may as well get rid of condoms too. And another thing along that line, y'all, some of us take birth control. I took it when I was 15 because I had menstrual problems. When you have a lot of female problems, you still may need the birth control anyhow. I know I'm going out, but I'm trying to make it kind of broad, the title. I had to take it because of I was a virgin, but I had to take it because I had problems with my periods, my menstrual periods. And what about birth control for things like that? And why should they should, if along that line, they should ban Cialis, Viagra, Levitra, whatever it is, and all those male aphrodisiacs. They increase the rate of babies. So if they're gonna do that, so that's sexism. You want women to have more babies, but you want men to still enjoy sex. but you don't want women to enjoy sex and just uh have sex for procreation only. And I'm a Catholic, but I'm pro-life. I'm pro-choice. I'm sorry. Um, I believe it's up to the person whose body is carrying that baby. And I don't believe these people out here saying that if the girls and the women carry the incest and rape babies, they will adopt them. No, they'll go to foster care. They're revolving cycle, incest, rape, physical abuse. It'll be even worse. And it's just the dichotomy uh, of the whole thing, and the cognitive dissonance of men still having freedom reproductively and women being restricted. So that's all. Oh, don't forget now to please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the share button, because this is a very interesting topic. And this little girl, bless her heart, this is going to wake up a lot of those law people, because they are making millions of dollars, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars, and they can afford to take their kids to states, abortion prone states or countries or what have you. So that's all I wanted to say. And I still think, like, as a scientist, that an embryo and a fetus is not life, because it cannot live without its mother unless you put it in the Supremia and you put it in the incubator. And it's still not able to breathe on its own. So I think the mother's life is important. If she has some type of genetic reason for not having to carry a baby, then she should be allowed to not carry that child. And the hypocrites, they just get on my damn nerve. They ought to just give all the babies to them, these so-called pro-life people. And then the sad thing is that when the women do have the babies, maybe 3, 4, 5, they don't want to give them child care. They don't want to give them food stamps. They don't want to give them child tax credits. What the hell do you expect? I'm through. I'm through.